Hello. Sorry, I'm a little out of it today, and I actually started stream a few minutes late because I forgot to go live. I am definitely spacing out. And suddenly the cough decides to come back with a vengeance. By the way, the plague bearer of Nurgle is sick again, so... Oh god, maybe that's why the cough is coming back with a vengeance. Anyways, I got the Fallout Power Armor and the Chicago Typewriter. And I totally forgot, over 2 streams, to listen to you.
Something you need, young'un? Question. Here's a good one. You heard about the old wards, right? Hell, you should have. You're on top of one. The wards were where the root were born. Government experiments, you understand. Well, the oldest one, Ward Goose Egg it's called, was where it all started. And that's where it was worst, see? So this mad scientist by the name of, let me see now, what was his name?
Asgard.
Leto was his name.
Oh, Leto?
He says there's only one way we can stop what we made and save the world. So, he flies his heliopopper. They flew back in those days, see, that's what they were built for. And he looks down at the ward where the root are pouring out like ants. And he says, blow that sucker up. And boy, they did. Blew the whole damn thing. Didn't stop the root, though. I mean, obviously.
What is he referring to with goose egg? Because obviously that's a misnomer. That's what the word misnomer means, right? Fucking out of it.
Ho, 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 ho. Here's a good. You met old Wally yet? The boy ain't right.
I tell you what.
Not in a mutter way. He just ain't right.
I tell you what.
Talks to the root, he says. I reckon I know why, too. I ain't never told him this, but, I was there at his birth. Don't believe me? Ha, you wouldn't be the first. But it's true. That boy Wally was born under a blood moon. Always strange, they say. Harbinger of changeification and whatnot. I heard him cry out his first breath I did, and I says to myself, that ain't natural. Like the squall of some blackbird. Caw-caw! Oh, don't tell him I said it. He wouldn't believe it anyway. Or maybe he would, come to think of it. You talked to him yet? Boy ain't right.
I tell you what.
You won't believe this one, but you should. You ever wonder what the world was like before the Deadwood came? Well, pull up a chair, young'un. The world. Now, these folks weren't like us nowadays. They had so much food that they would eat for fun. They get together to eat the extra meat.
That's true.
Spare ribs. Called it a barbecue. They were immune to all kinds of diseases. And every one of them, every one, had a puppy.
Oh, if only that were true.
That there world was run by, let's see here, no more shoes. I'm drowning in boots. Huh? Oh, right. Anyways. And the world was run by, let's see here. What was it now? A presidentures. Yeah, that's it. On account of the ceremonial wooden teeth. Whole damn world was ruled by the presidentures of the United States. Yes, sir. It was a better time then. Folks resolved their differences by coming together, listening to each other's problems, and trying to solve them together. Oh, I guess that's what young Bo's trying to do with this place, ain't he? He ain't done half bad so far, neither. I reckon you gotta go through the bad to get to the good again. It's always there waiting if you just keep on looking.
I mean, a Stolly.
Sure can. Let's see. Ho ho! So this wanderer comes up to visit me at my heliocopter, right? They're decked out with guns, but they walk up and ask for stew and a story. I'm thinking they'll get tired, wander off, and take my story somewhere else like all the rest. But they don't. They listen to all of it. And I think to myself, this mother actually wants to hear these. Reminds me of my ma, tell you the truth, the way I'd listen to her. And the way my boy Brabus used to listen to me. Before he turned away, that wanderer reminded me of family. And that's the most important thing, ain't it? So I figure I ain't left long for this world. So I give him my wife's old watch in thanks.
You did indeed.
Long after that, my boy Brabus comes back in person, first time in years, with a watch chain peeking out his pocket. I knew a good thing when I saw it. I didn't say nothing. Just welcomed the boy back like nothing had changed. Family's the most important thing we've got in this world, young'un. Don't forget that.
So I guess that's the canon way out of the Brabus encounter.
Stop me if I told you this one already. I ever tell you how the world fell in the first place? Well, sit down, friend, 'cause there ain't no one knows what really happened but me.
Well, I'm sure.
It started in them wards, see? Secret military industrial complexes and whatnot. That's where they made all their weapons and did their experiments. Now, the root weren't meant to reproduce, see? They was built as a weapon, but then...
Well, not
they
really.
done breeded and got out. Well, we all know what happened after that. Only reason the root stopped was 'cause the Wanderer, well, he flamethrower-sized their queen, see? Over in that tower on the atoll, so's they couldn't breed no more. Now, listen. You might hear Ford tell you something different, but you look at the two of us and ask which has obviously been around longer.
Yeah.
Which of us is most like to have been there, huh? You ask yourself that, and then you just look my way, 'cause that's who it is.
I love how there is, like, some level of truth to his story, so he's not completely making shit up.
Stop me if I told you this one already. Back when the earth fell, a dragon, a real root dragon, took up residence over there, just like in old fairy tales. It started
Talking
in
about the first game?
wards, see? Your eyes only hush-hush military conspiracizing farms and whatnot. That's where they made all their weapons and did them experiments. And just like those tales, it took a what now? It took a knight to slay this dragon. Oh ho ho, but the dragon was crafty, all right. He knew the knight needed help, so the dragon gave it to him.
Wait, what?
Yep, the dragon took the form of a talking tree and told the knight if they wanted to slay that dragon, they'd have to slay all these other beasts first. A cyclops, a living statue, what do you call them? Golem. Well,
Okay, this is the first game, I guess.
slayed them all. But the thing was, these beasts weren't protecting the dragon. They were holding him back.
Oh shit, Shadow of the
When
Colossus.
The dragon finally did reveal itself, it was too strong for the knight, and it took them, body and mind, and made their strength its own.
So, how do you defeat it?
You're right good listen, Tater friend. Tell you what, though, I'm a little light on the stories right now, but you look,
Alright, fine.
just the cure for that. And I ain't talking about take this and check back with me later. I'm sure I'll have some newly re-remembered stories for you then.
Gunslinger's Ring.
Take care, young'un.
So yeah, you need to listen to all those stories in order to get the cylinder for, for the gunslinger class. Increases firearm swap speed. And reload speed. Interesting. This is a really nice looking ring. I'd wear this. I'd actually wear this. I wonder where you can go to get, like, replica rings, because this does look cool. I'd custom order this for sure. This one, definitely not. Looks like it's made of business. It says silicone, but does silicone, like, have color like this? Alright. We're flopping today, boys. So wait, what mod did I put on here? I think I know. I want to make doubly sure. Definitely not the one I was planning to. Oh yeah, that's right, I forgot the way buttons work in this game. Because I've been playing something else, actually. I've been playing a game called Marauders, which I had been looking at for a while. But I decided to play it again. Or, not again, but they had a free weekend. And the one way you definitely get me to buy something is by giving me, like, 2 days worth of time to mull it over. And Marauders is a fun game, and I'm actually planning to stream it later this week on Friday. This armor is gonna suck so badly. So my goal for this stream is to try and get through the Bloodborne world completely, which I don't think I'm going to. I'll try. I will try. Okay, yeah, this armor absolutely fucking sucks. Also, who is messaging me so much? I always am. Yeah, let's not use this. I'm sorry, but no. Yeah, much better. Well, that didn't last long before I decided, fuck it. Jesus fucking Christ. Okay, well, I'm very rusty. I think it's been almost a week since I played this last. Maybe longer? I can't remember. Also, fuck this cough. Just want it to end. Oh my god, there's so many of them now. Oh my god! What am I doing? I've fought these guys before. You know, maybe I should start using my abilities. That would probably help. Like, a lot. Oh, apparently these tumbleweed things are called hollows, but no, they're not. They're called tumbleweeds. There we go. Alright, now, off the Bloodborne world. Oh, you guys are still here. What the fuck? Alright. So this thing is just, like, carved into the wall? Alright.
A whole other world. How many of these are there? Find these segments, huh? While Clementine and that talking ball of light hang out and meditate. Sure, sounds fair.
So I know this is supposed to give me the Unsullied Heart, I think it's called. How do you open it, though? There's not even an interact button. That's the obvious path forward. Also, okay, I will give this one more shot. Although, I don't even think I can physically use it without leaning heavily into the Challenger archetype and getting strong back. I think that's the only way it's viable as an armor set. What are these things? Like fairies. I'm pretty sure this is the way we went last time. So, I want to know what's through this door. No face. Also no face.
It looks like it's missing a piece.
Wait, this is where you get the thing from, isn't it? The Unsullied Heart. Oh wait, you can't even open this. Oh. Actually no, maybe this is where you get the Unsullied Heart and this is something completely different. And that of course doesn't open. Flop. The question. What does vaulting in this armor look like? Can I even vault in this armor? I'm a little concerned. Can I even vault in this armor? Where are those windows leading to? If this is supposed to be like underground. So I wonder what the big status condition for this environment will be. So why are these statues so lanky? Fuck, dude. I guess we did just see evidence of what the locals look like, and they did look kind of slender, but still. Actually, are the people here even human? So many questions. Fuck, you can tell I'm an anthropologist. Well, not an anthropologist, but I am very fascinated by anthropology. And you can tell, because I just want to know more about this world, and its people, and everything. Let me guess, locked? Yeah. What is that light over there on the map? There we go. Scrap. I'm gonna need all the scrap because I want to get a new pistol. Bro, can you two shut up over there? Oh, this guy's got armor on his face. I see. I feel like I'm gonna need more stamina, especially considering what happened in Labyrinth. I ran out of stamina very quickly back then. Actually, now that I think about it. No, I don't. I love it. It's just like I just dive into like a mosh pit. I have seen this before. This is like that fucking Beetlejuice door, right? Never figured out how to open it though. I just thought, if I don't finish this world in time, I know what I'm gonna title my next stream, and it's going to be Try Finger Butthole. So are these two fighting something? Looks like they are. Are they all the way up there? Well, not my problem. Okay, now it might be my problem. Oh, something's coming. Oh, that's a new status condition. Hey. Alright, let's try that again. But it's interesting. What is that? Whatever that skull thing is. Actually, this is surprisingly enough very resistant to it. So are the other two, actually. Now let's try. Let's give it a good college try. Oh, they cause fire damage? Alright, fine. Switch armor. Okay, so we got fire, bleed, and whatever that purple shit is. What's the best armor to deal with that? Yes, I am doing the when the armor doesn't match thing. And I already look stupid. Oh, fuck this game. Might as well. Wait, did that take my... This takes my health? The fuck? That's stupid. You okay there, buddy? Yes, it's a pillar. Okay. You do you. Oh shit, blocks bullets. What are you two doing?
Out of room. Won't fit.
What is this? Oh, I know. A second I thought that was like a trap tile, like a pressure plate.
This looks important.
Gee, I wonder where this goes. Alright, Lauren, this time I will read it. The Feast of the Forest King. One day, the Forest King announced an enormous feast and invited every animal of the forest. And one, if you will receive my boon. Can't you shut up over there? The invitation said, but whomever displeases me will receive a bow. Which meant a noose for every animal knew that the king's capriciousness and cruelty. So why, like, how does bow translate to noose? So all the animals came. The Jabberwock put on his finest clothes, preening his feathers and polishing his horns. The Han fluffed its gills. Fluffing gills? Was it some fucking axolotl or some shit? And licked its eyes cleaner than they had ever been. The Nara shed a new skin and combed its tails. Every animal presented their very best, all except the dropper, whose coat dripped with cave slime and smelled of wild fungus. What are you doing? The Jabberwock snapped. Have you not groomed for the king? The dropper yawned. Your posturing looks so unpleasant. Everyone is stiff and miserable. You should at least have bathed, said the Jabberwock. Jubhawk, not Jabberwock. It's not fucking Alice in Wonderland. It's not the Jabberwock. If the king notices you, then you will surely hang. So wait. The dropper shrugged. At least I'm comfortable. He's gonna survive. The feast was served, though the king had not yet arrived. The animals praised the spread through, though they ate little of fear of appearing gluttonous. The dropper, however, appreciated none of it, tearing to his food like one half starved. But he did appreciate it, clearly, if he's that... You feel the feast is for show, hissed the Jubhawk. The king is surely watching. Then I may die, the dropper said. This guy does not give a fuck. Crumbs of a large piece of apple cake slipped from his mouth. But I will not die empty. Afterwards, and with a loud fanfare, the king arrived and took his place at the head of the table. The animals in front of him, how did I immediately... The animals... No, wait. Animals rose in battle, all except the dropper, who was so full he could not stand. While the others stood in front of him, blocking his view, he scratched his belly and let loose a roaring belch. All in attendance gasped in horror, but the crowd was so great that the king could not see who was at fault. Who was that? Bellowed the king. Tell me, and you may yet live. The animals were afraid of drawing attention to themselves, so no one moved. But the Jubhawk feared staying quiet even more. And so, though it betrayed his friend, he raised one clawed wing and pointed at the now sleeping dropper. It was him, your majesty. The dropper dishonored your otherwise divine feast. The dropper snored like a wood beetle. I guess wood beetles snore in this world. His fur was caked. I like to think that the dropper is like some sort of furry, like, toad man. His fur was caked in drink and apple crumbs. The king barked at him. Wake and speak for yourself. The dropper startled awake. He looked around and saw the eyes on him, notably the forest king. He swallowed. It was a good feast, he said. I enjoyed it very much, though I may never eat again. Silence boomed throughout the feasting hall. Everyone watched the king, both excited and terrified at what he might do. Without warning, the king's head flew back, and he roared in laughter. I knew it! The other animals remained silent, paralyzed in their fear. The foolish dropper grinned sleepily. The king stopped and laughed and said, You will eat again, dropper, and this and much more. For more than any other, you have enjoyed the feast I laid out before you, and you shall receive my boon. Yep, and everyone else is gonna hang. And the king ordered that food be brought to the dropper's cave every day, enough to keep him fed and fat for the rest of his days. Then the king pointed at the Jubhawk. But you betrayed your friend for a boon. You are more treacherous and selfish than any of my subjects, and so your next shall receive a bow. Oh, I just realized it's bow like a necktie, not bow as a bow and arrow. I hate the English language. And ordered him arrested. That evening, the Jubhawk was hanged, though by the time of the execution, the king had forgotten his crime, and so none was posted. The Jubhawk died for nothing, but the dropper was and still is happy to this day. Moral: posture for no one, boons and bows be damned. Damn right! I don't give a fuck. I know the ghetto boys. I know that you don't flex nuts. Moral of the story, be your fucking self. The birth of the Fae. In the beginning of time, the Fae did suffer from the terrible disease known as the wasting. None were safe, for the wasting struck both young and old, rich and poor, and it had neither cure nor remedy. This is the story of how the wasting was conquered. Day and night they prayed to their creator with tears and blood. Hear us, great spirit of light, and show us what we have done. We no longer drink blood nor kill in revelry. These laws and more we have upheld. Tell us our sin, O God, and we will repent. Yet for all their fervor, the Great Spirit did not answer them. We must seek him out, said one warrior named Aramin. How, the people asked. The Great Spirit dwelled beyond the sun, where no Fae has ever gone. No Fae but ourselves, said Aramin. Said Armin's brother, the hunter known as Aramor. And who better? Aramin agreed. We must, for if the spirit will not answer us, every Fae shall perish. So the two brothers set out to find the home of the Great Spirit, taking with them Tola the Dreamer. Ooh, they have dreamers in this world too? And Saril the Seer. Together these four undertook the impossible, journeying to the temple beyond the sun. Oh, wait. So we got a warrior, we got a hunter, a dreamer, and a seer. Interesting party composition. Together these four undertook a long possible journey to the temple beyond the sun. In the weeks that followed, Saril guided them down the Queen's byway to the wild. From there, the Forbidden Peak, where not even Aramor could find sustenance for them. The sun blazed upon their heads. Their legs became like chests packed with sodden clothes, and hunger tore at them from inside. On the 17th day, Tola fell to the ground with a sharp cry. Aramor ran over to her, but she did not respond to his pleas. Her face bore the first outlines of scales, a sign of the wasting. Saril wailed in anguish. The Great Spirit has abandoned us. We are nothing to him. Aramor rebuked her. No, our sainted creator would not discard us so. This is but a test of our faith. Hope and seethe, buddy. We are close, said Aramin. We need only reach the peak of the mountains. There we shall find the Great Spirit and end the curse of for Tola and us all. And all of us. Saril nodded, though tears dripped from her eyes. You should probably conserve your fluids, buddy. For the mountain was tall and the days were long. Tola regained consciousness, but her scales became more pronounced. Soon she could not bear her own weight. And Aramin had to carry her. Then the scales appeared on Aramin's face as well. It is useless, said Saril. We are not even halfway to the summit. The Great Spirit cares nothing for us. Silence, Aramor drew his knife and slashed at the seer. Oh! You will not blaspheme the Creator again. And grabbed Aramor's wrist. Through his grip was weak and his hand trembled. Peace, brother. Do not stain your hand. One who grieves. Above all others, we who undertake this journey must not sin. This is the test. Her heresy undermines us, brother. The Creator will relish her death. We do not kill. Aramin sat down, then, drained from all force beyond his own words. We must carry on, whatever the cost. For days more, they climbed until... Can you two shut up back there? They climbed until Aramor had to carry his brother, and Tola slipped in and out of consciousness. Starvation clawed at their stomachs, but the summit was near, drawing them ever onward. They reached the peak, the sun's blare on their face, and the wind breathed cold on their necks. Yet the peak was barren. There was no temple, only a sea of mountains beyond each taller than the last. Aramor dropped to his knees in despair. Aramin fell from his back to the ground. Saril, who had not yet seen scaled to the peak beyond him, and cried again in anguish, Tola, no. The brothers turned. Saril buried her face in Tola's chest. Giggity. Tola's skin had turned ashen white, her cheeks fallow, whatever that means. Her eyes lay open, staring out at the vast mountain range, seeing none of it. Tola was dead. Aww. Saril lifted her face to the sky and cried, Why, what good is any of this? The Great Spirit has disowned us. We are nothing to him. Damn you, seer, said Aramor, through tears of anguish dampened his face. Silence your blasphemer, I will silence it for you. The Great Spirit does not exist, she spat. Or else he is a useless being unworthy of worship. Your great spirit has brought us nothing but anguish. Aramor gripped his dagger at his belt, his knuckles whitening about the hilt. You live only because my brother has spoken for you, our anguish caused by you. No, you caused this. We should never have come. If it weren't for your foolish plan, Tola may yet live. She pulled the blade from her sister's sheath and stood at her feet, her chest heaving with each fiery breath. No more will die for your dogma. Cyril leapt atop Aramor. The hunter tried to pull his own knife in defense, but it caught the scabbard. He glared defiantly as the seer brought her blade down on his neck. Quite interesting that the seer is the first to lose faith. Suddenly, she cut short, releasing a strangling cough from her lips. Blood dripped from her chin, and Aramor saw Aramin beneath her. 2 hands on the hilt of his own blade, sunk deep into her chest. Aramin stood with a sudden strength and shoved her back. The blade slid from her body, and she fell to the ground by her sister, her blood crystallizing in the cold mountain air. Brother, Aramin breathed, your skin. Aramin looked at his arms and touched his face. The scales had fallen, and his strength returned. Wasting had left him. But I sinned. I killed you. Yet murder is... You murdered a heretic, brother, Aramor said. This is a sign. Aramin stood a while longer, rubbed his hands up and down his arms in amazement. Finally he nodded. So the Great Spirit is on our side. Let us press on. Oh god, there's still more. It was still many days before they reached their destination. The wasting returned to both this time. As the days passed, their strength fled. Their weapons and packs became too heavy for them, and were left behind. They could no longer lift their arms, and their lungs felt as though they breathed sand. Finally, they crested the tallest summit and saw silhouetted in the light of the suns the temple they... Can you two please shut up? They had sought for so long. With a small, fresh store of strength, they pushed on. They pushed on the door and stepped inside. The glorious being towered above them, radiating beauty and light. Instinctively, the brothers fell to their knees. Aramin was the first to find his voice. O Great Spirit, we have come to beseech thine help for our people. The being gazed upon them, but said nothing. The brothers glanced at each other. Aramor spoke. We have undertaken a long and a hard journey to save the Fae. They are beset by a disease, the wasting, which we ourselves may die from even now. We have kept all your laws, said Aramin, yet the wasting remains. Please tell us what we must do to repent. The Great Spirit did not move. It stared at them for what seemed like eternity. Is this the world's guardian? The brothers pressed their faces against the temple floor. We have come so far, said Aramor. We need you, great creator. We are nothing without you. Again, silence stretched until the brothers wandered. The spirit wondered if the spirit could ever hear them. What am I doing? I'm so tired. Finally, though it did not open its mouth, the Great Spirit's voice boomed throughout the temple. I did not create you. Oh! Surely you did, said Aramor. Thou art the Great Spirit, the god of the all Fae. I am your Great Spirit, it said, and truly I do rule over all Fae, but I did not create you. The Creator gave its creatures free will, and wasted a squandered gift. For the Fae are wicked people of chaos and destruction. I have tried to contain you, offering guidance, laws, and teachers. All of it betrayed. The Fae love only death, and I can only contain your ruination. No seekers, I will not save you from that which saves the world. Guess Tola was right. The brothers gasped in silence until Aramor said, The wasting, it came from you. The Great Spirit said nothing. It turned away from them. The light of its temple dimmed as it did so. It came from you! With a shout, Aramor stood and leaped at the Great Spirit. Aramin did the same, and the brothers grappled their god, clawing at its eyes and sinking their teeth into its flesh. And it just didn't do anything. The spirit howled and tore at them, calling upon the rage of the storms. The doors of the temple crashed open. Gale-force winds whipped around them, slicing their skin with debris. Lightning shook the very walls until the floor itself cracked. Yet still the brothers battered and thrashed their ersatz at their ersatz. What? Until finally, with a cry that shook the sky, the Great Spirit fell to the ground. Its blood filled the temple, and the light faded from its eyes. Aramin and Aramor lay next to it, breathing heavily. The scales from their skin and their wounds healed. The wasting left them. Left every Fae in the moment, in that moment, never to return. Brother, said Aramor, what do we do? Aramin pushed himself to his feet and gazed upon the massive body. We saved us. But the Great Spirit, we have killed our god. Not a god, brother, he never was. Aramin turned and looked through the temple door to the world beyond. There is no gods but ourselves. Oh my. So I'm guessing the creatures that I've been fighting are Fae? I mean, they have wings. If that really were the case, then did they just conquer the world? Because, as the spirit said, the Fae bring nothing but ruin and chaos and death. And despite its best efforts, it couldn't save them. So is this world just really fucking apocalyptic? I guess the theme so far is that every world has been pretty damn apocalyptic. Earth is obviously an apocalypse. Yisha is being invaded by the Root. And I guess this place is being consumed by the Fae. Right, there are no other books, right? That's it? That's like 100% it? Okay, good. Good. Oh, where'd you come from? We got more, don't we? I heard that. Wait, they come from the statues? Very peculiar. Okay, the game doesn't say there's a wall here, so... Oh, I know what I have to do. Still musing over that story, though. So, how did they originally heal themselves by killing Tola? Oh, look, lore. Okay, how long is this one? Okay. Now we're in the Javhawk. Alright, I'll watch in a sec. So this thing just straight up... Where did it come from? It didn't... I'm very confused. No scrap left unlooted. Okay. It was the day when the animals prepared for a long winter. The hand gathered rocks and mud for its dam. I guess it's kind of like a beaver. The bushlick collected hay to spread about its den. The Nara curled up the tallest tree, seeking nuts to store in its hole. One day, Nara climbed a particularly tall tree, a task it disliked very much, for the climb was difficult and the branches were very treacherous, often treacherous. When it came upon the Jubhawk, lounging in its nest. Where is your store of food, Master Jubhawk? Said Nara. Do you not prepare for the winter? I have never had need, the Jubhawk said, with a great shrug of its wings. But the idea intrigues me, for I see all the creatures of the forest floor running to and fro for days on end. So we must, said the Nara, with a flick of its tail, else the winter will claim us. How charming! Oh, not for those poor souls claimed. Of course, but all of your hard work delights me very much. Perhaps you might be interested in an arrangement. I can see how much you dislike climbing my jub trees. Your body is more suited for swimming, yes? What kind of creature is it? Perhaps, instead of nuts, you could bring me a particular worm. One that makes its autumn home deep within, the Dropper's cave, not the Dropper again. If you were to bring me, say, 100 of them, I would happily gather the nuts, for you from every tree in this grove. I can do this, Nara straightened in delight, for it hated climbing the jub tree very much. Swimming in the pools, of the Dropper cave was much more to its liking. I will make this deal. Eagerly, the Nara slithered... Is it like a snake, then? Slithered into the cave, slipped into the cold pools, swam through an underwater passage, and entered a dark chamber where the only light was the glow of the cave worms. The Jubhawk desired so much. Oh, let me guess, you take them all and now you can't find your way back. There were hundreds upon the walls, and the rocks was easily scalable for the Nara, much easier than the cursed jub trees. This would be simple, she thought. It would require a full week to gather all the nuts in the Jubhawk's grove, but this will take me but a day. With the Jubhawk's help, I can begin my winter's rest early. But the task proved more difficult than Nara had thought, for the worms clung tightly to the walls, and they wriggled and slipped from her grasp during the swim to the outside. By the evening, she had gathered only half a dozen. Oh, it shall take me weeks to get them all. I must speak again to the Jubhawk. But the Jubhawk was not as understanding as she hoped. A day's work, and this is all you have achieved. You did not say the worms adhered to the rocks, nor they would swim away at first touch of the water. It takes a great deal of time to bring them, even one into the sack. I have never noticed these problems. Perhaps you simply need to try harder. Skill issue. The Nara hissed. I'm sorry, Mr. Jubhawk. Even with the nuts you gather for me, I cannot complete the task and be ready for the winter. But we had an agreement. Don't make promises you can't keep. Scratch its underfeathers with one long claw. How about this? I will gather even more nuts. All you need to do for the whole winter. All that you need for the whole winter. But in exchange, you will collect every worm in the cave. Can you do that? Oh no. You're going into debt. You're going into debt. He's a loan shark. Put its tail as it calculated. The requests would be difficult, but all the nuts she needed for winter? Troublesome though the worms were, they were far less trouble than climbing the jub trees. No, they aren't. I mean, you've done this before, haven't you? And she would still save time besides. Clearly you aren't good at math, Nara. Yes, she said, I will do this. And so she returned to work. One at a time, she pried each worm from its wall and towed it through the waters, until she was too tired to do more, and brought what she had to the Jubhawk that day. After a week of this, she began to dislike the work, but reminded herself that she got to spend her entire day swimming in the cool cave rather than the heat of the forest, and her work would be done with days to spare. Taking shortcuts, all without climbing a single tree. Taking shortcuts, as she thought. And perhaps the Jubhawk will enjoy the worms so much that he will make the same offer next season. Oh no! Then I could begin the winter rest even earlier. And with that pleasant thought ahead of her, she smiled and continued her work. The days grew colder, so did the cave pools. The work became slower and difficult. Each sunset, the Nara brought a sack before the Jubhawk and redid her calculations. No longer would her winter rest start early, but with the Jubhawk's help, she would survive the winter, and perhaps next season she could start earlier. No. She noticed another thing, however. Where are my nuts, Mr. Jubhawk? For surely he had gathered some by now. The Jubhawk waved a casual wing in the air. I can gather more in a day than you can in a fortnight. It will be done. But, she said, her slender body quivering with anxiety, the nuts will not remain forever. They must be gathered before they fall. Dear Nara, which of us lives in the jub tree? Jub trees. The Jubhawk feathers puffed out. Man, it's a good thing this guy hanged. As it took offense. Perhaps you should spend more energy on worms and misgivings. For this deal pleases me, and it would be nice to do it again next year. Oh no. Nara smiled at that and slipped away. The Jubhawk was right, of course. He knew his trees better than she did, and next year she would be even faster. In any case, it was too late for the deal to change now. There was no time left for her to collect the nuts she needed by herself. With the Jubhawk's words in her heart, she returned to her work with even greater fervor. By the time the first winter clouds loomed on the horizon, she returned with the final sack and placed all the food at the jub tree. Jubhawk, she called. I have the last worm of them, every worm as promised. The Jubhawk flapped down and clutched the sack with his talons and flew back to the nest without a word. Mr. Jubhawk, the Nara said with a shiver of worry niggling at her tail. The great bird poked its head from its nest and looked down. Of course, I apologize. Thank you so much, dear Nara. This agreement has been quite a pleasure. I look forward to continuing in the future. He dropped a small bag from above. The bag landed nearly on the Nara's head and spilled forth a mere handful of nuts. Of course! Hardly enough for a week, let alone the winter. Nara hissed in agitation. Where are the rest, Mr. Jubhawk? You promised all I need. Jubhawk walked out into the great branch and with a sad look on his face. I'm sorry, dear Nara, but I flew here and there all day. Every jub tree and every grove, and this is all I could find. All day, Nara said. What of the other days? The Jubhawk did not appear to hear her. Here, he said, take a few of my worms. Surely I do not need all of them. The Nara scowled. I cannot eat worms. Well, I mean, you can try. The Jubhawk had returned to his nest, already disappeared. The Nara called out until the clouds rolled and the sun set. But the Jubhawk showed not a feather. She returned to her burrow with the scant nuts the Jubhawk had given her. Even eating sparingly, the nuts were gone within the month. It was too cold to gather more, but the Nara had little choice. She slithered far and wide in the snow, and searching for any food she could. But all the food had been frozen or gathered by all other animals in the winter. The snow fell and the cold worsened, and the trusting Nara froze to death before she could even return home. Moral, trust is for fools. Yep. Well, that was a time waster. Now for this time waster of just breaking shit. By the way, Arana, I don't know, and I probably won't be able to do Thursday. I was kind of hoping that the Nara would just straight up swallow the Jubhawk whole. I felt like that would have been an appropriate ending. Okay, so what the fuck is this? Healing buff? Interesting. And I do kind of need it. Well, not now, obviously. But I most certainly did. I only have 2 hearts. I'm still not done searching this whole place. Probably would be done a lot sooner if I wasn't busy reading fucking fairy tales. So, what was in here? Aside from shit that needs killing. Oh shit, I'm running low on ammo. Fairy needle. I don't get it. Oh, wait! There's a door over there. I think that's how I get on that side. Alright, guess we're going down.
Alright, let's do this.
Oh, you look new. Oh, you seem very familiar to an enemy I fought a lot in the first game. I'm gonna call you the Executioner. Because that's what you look like. The reason why I'm continually using the staff over any other weapon is because of that melee slam and how quickly it deals with the shit. Get him, boys. What's the word? Are you carrying? Oh no, it's like just a warhammer. I thought it was like a war pick. That would've been cool. War picks are underrated. It's like, how can we make a hammer even more armor piercing than it already is? Put a spike on the end of it. Okay, these things are definitely of Fate origin. Their wings don't look exactly the same, but yeah. These are definitely Fate, or whatever's left of them. Some tells me that they've, like, degraded. Like, they've degenerated somehow. Each painting tells a story. Art and culture and history. These little details I just love. Wait, where's this lead? I see it's a way back. Nice. But more importantly, I saw something. Nope, nope, nope. Bring him back up. Bring him back up. Seriously? Seriously? Wow. King of some sort? And a queen. Oh, hey, look, more story. Yep. Next time, or the next thumbnail for this is definitely gonna have, like, the audience in pain while I'm reading through. The truth of Sarillians. We arrived at Sarillian's mountain community on the 13th day of the turn of debts. Corpses decorated the cliffside road. Ooh. And some no older than a few days. Ooh. And the smell of feces struck us long before the village came into view. I guess when you die, you do shit yourself. Of the Sarillians themselves, I knew only that they were rebels, perhaps terrorists, led by a firebrand who had rejected the one true king and his laws. They reject all laws, you had said. Life is Roblox. They rejected all law, he said. I expect them to have killed each other. To have killed each other by now. Yet they live on. You are the only one I can trust. Nimleth, the only good among all your people. I must know whether the Sarillians' defiance led them to prosper or wither. Are they hope for your kind or despair? And so I came prepared for objectivity, but also for the worst. For my love for you was brazen and sure. The sight of the village did little to dissuade me. Their homes are but dead branches, balanced into the precarious piles. Their farms are little more than yellowing potted bushes and trees. The streets are virtually paved with excrement, and the Fae who lived here are sad, hollow creatures. Wait, is that who I'm fighting? I had seen enough. I'm a Knuckle of V. In case you don't know, that is a thing. Oh. Notice my channel icon. It's just a chibi version of me, and it is very much a hint of what I look like. And so I came prepared for okay, I had seen enough. There were, not the hope of the Fae. If anything, they were proof of the need for law. The order to turn around was on my lips when we were attacked. Malnourished as they were, the Sarillians overpowered us, slaughtered my rear guard, and held me to the ground with 5 spears at my throat. That was how I met Shandala. She stood over me, blotting out the sun. She was emaciated as any of her people, yet her eyes glistened, and her countenance bore a furious strength I had never seen in Fae. I know why you're here, she said. The one true king hopes to wipe us out. I thought you were riding horse. Nope, that's my entire lower torso. It's my entire lower torso. That was how I meant, okay, yeah, I spat at her. I came to observe, to judge, but whether you kill me or not now, your actions have ensured your destiny. Humph, she frowned, seemingly uncertain what to make of me. We have only defended ourselves. By murdering my delegation, kill me too and be done with it. There is no need, for you are not like the others. She grabbed the head of one of my dead guards by his hair, turning it so I could see the tattoo on his neck. The Omsilla symbol of the royal executioner. You say you came to observe, yet you travel with assassins. Words left me. I did not know they were assassins. I thought ours to be a mission of peace, their duty defense only. After several seconds of my silence, Chandala said, "Take her away." They left me inside a small tent of stretched dropper hide. I didn't know how long I sat there. Hours, days, perhaps? My thoughts were my prison. I could think of no reason for you to send mercenaries with me, let alone to keep their presence a secret from me. I could think of no explanation to exonerate you. The sun rose and fell. Holy shit, we're not even halfway through. The sun rose and fell before me in the strength to move. I was cold and smelled of roasted meat, and canyon pepper shook me from my stupor. I pushed open the flats and saw a small bonfire at the center of the village. There were no guards. Why so long? Because plot! All the Sarilians sat in the fire. Tentatively, I stepped out and walked towards the flame. Several of them saw me, yet paid me little attention. The fire did not feel like celebration. Job hawk meat turned on a spit, but no one sang or drank or told stories. They sat in several isolated groups, muttering between themselves about nothing. On the opposite side of the fire, two began shouting. One drew a knife and sliced the other across the throat. Ooh. Then he sat back down and wiped his knife on his leg, as though nothing had happened. No one reacted, not even moved the body. I was wondering when you'd emerge. Chandela appeared next to me. I jumped in fright, my attention fully absorbed by the murder I alone seemed to notice. She followed my gaze. Still observing us, are you? I thought I was a prisoner, I said. We don't keep prisoners, she gestured me to follow her as she walked to the corpse and dragged him to the nearest slope. We don't restrict freedoms here. Oh, libertarians, I get it. That is the whole point. We will not repeat his tyranny. She dropped the corpse down the hill and into the dark. The one true king is no tyrant, I said. He loves us. He protects us. From what, pray? I gaze into the dark as though I could see the corpse on the road below. From ourselves. Chandala sat on a log far from the others. She indicated for me to join her. Tell me truly, what is the one true king to you? I met her eyes and was surprised to see empathy rather than accusation. My savior, I said, as I told her. Okay, they just saw some guy straight up kill another and nobody cares. And yet this is somehow supposed to be like an empathetic turn? What? They just released War Thunder Mobile. Ew. I've been following the War Thunder drama loosely, and all I can say is ew. Like, at that point, there is no helping that game or that studio. Like, there's just nothing. What drama? Oh, you didn't hear? Yeah, there's been huge backlash against War Thunder like a month ago. Simply put, the developers got even greedier than usual. To the point where, like, even with, like, premium, it still is an absolute fucking ridiculous grind in order to get anything new. You can look it up for yourself. I don't remember a lot of the details. Like I said, I was following it loosely, but yeah. And they got, like, review bombed heavily on Steam and threatened to leave the platform. I wonder if they did. I said, and I told her how my uncle used to beat me and violate me. Okay. Until the day I was rescued and placed, into your service. Shandala did not speak for a time. The firelight glinted off the tears on her cheek. I'm sorry you have to go through that, she said finally. No one should ever have to face such horrors. That's just EA lol. I owe him my life. He set me free. Free to serve him, you mean? She placed a hand on mine. Oh my, is this getting saucy? I do not belittle your rescue. That was a good and needed thing. But you are still not free, not truly. I serve because I wish it. Is that so? Shandala asked, though not accusingly. And what if you wished otherwise? Would he grant it to you? Would he let you live here, for example, free of all constraints, or would he send his mercenaries to retrieve you? Her meaning was well taken. I don't know. I have never wished it. Yet I do, she said. And so do all who live here. And his answer were assassins. Okay, so let's just review. This is a place that is, like, facing a fucking famine. There are babies, like, dead in the streets and shit everywhere. And yet we're supposed to think that these are the good people. I do not know what to say to that. There must have been a reason. Her laugh came like a song of cherry does. Oh yes, all things happen for his reasons. Grind is crazy, but it's very rewarding. I mean, arguably, you could say the same thing about crystal meth. But to each their own. The closest thing I've ever played to War Thunder is MechWarrior Online. I even streamed that a few times back in the day. Oh yes, all things, this is not so, we harm no one out here. Okay, we harm no one out here. Meanwhile, just a moment ago, a guy was slashed in the throat over an argument. And again, the dead babies. He will not suffer anyone to live outside his rule. Your existence caused others to question, I said, knowing this to be your utmost concern. He worries about those who might fall under your influence again, against their best interests, but not against their will. Her face grew stern, but not, I thought, because of me. Her fears, he fears what happens if they question him. Yet unique, unquestioned belief is mere dogma. The service in fear of punishment is slavery. You ever do a raid show? Absolutely not. I may be hurting for cash, but I am not that desperate. Although I have considered doing sponsorships before, I've just never been approached, probably because I'm a fucking nobody. Her words struck true, and I immediately saw danger in them. In the moment I understood why you sent assassins. I stared into the fire. The flame lit past the roasted Jubhawk, licking the night air with both destruction and warmth. I too was beaten and violated, she said. Not by my uncle, but by my father, a member of the council. Ooh. He believed he was doing the king's will, hurting me, and when I misbehaved, punished the Faeness within to make me good. But the Fae are instinctively evil, right? And that's why the Spirit of Light tried to kill them. That was she who stared at the fire, her eyes glistening moistly in the light. I killed him, freed myself, but that is not how the council saw it. She turned to me, her gaze so sharp and demanding that I had to look away. You say he loves us, yet he kills those who displease him, giving them no hope, no repentance. Is that how you treat your love? I had no answer. A piece of Jubhawk meat fell into the fire, sending up a cloud of sparks and choking smoke. I said nothing. The one true king believes there is inescapable evil in us all, in all of us, Shandala continued. He tries to control it, drive it out through fear and punishment. That is not love, but abuse. The choking smoke cloud consumes the Jubhawk. Still, I said nothing. Shandala's words suffocated my own. True love, Shandala said, her voice softening, ooh, is unconditional. It wishes others joy and freedom, knowing that the former cannot exist without the latter. Then That is why I fled. That is why I created this community here. We are free. There is no king here but ourselves. A family member who has tried a lot of popular YouTube sponsorships. He said HelloFresh was a scam. I see. I have no way to prove this. Do you have any experiences with this company? No, I do not. Like I said, I've never been approached. But your village is sick, I said. I still not denying to look at her. The corpse on the road, the X around the streets, the murder in front of your eyes. She nodded through it all. I know, we are not good, not always. No shit! And some of us not ever. But has the king subjugation uprooted our evil? Does it merely hide it? Goodness cannot be forced. That is true. It must be learned. That is true. Practice, and like an instrument where one has freedom to make mistakes and learn from them. That is true. That is very true. I'll agree with her on that. True love does not track the evils of others. It hopes for good instead. The smoke that had consumed the job hog meat now lifted, dissipating the air. Stars glittered through the blackness, shining on the festival lights. There is good here, friend, Shandala said. And most will come. Stay with us for a while and see. She stretched out an arm. She stretched out her hand, though I could hardly see it through my tears. I placed a hand on hers, our fingers weaving together. Oh my. I did not know what I would see of her village of rebels was, and is, truly sick in many ways. But I have never experienced this love she spoke of. True and unconditional. I want to try. So I return your messengers back to you, Lord King. The Saurilians removed his tongue. I could not stop them. Oh! But I could give him this tale for your eyes alone. Please do not send another. These are my people, as all Fae are my people. I will not turn my back on them. Least of all those battered by a system I helped to maintain. The system is broke, yo! You did rescue me, and for that I am forever thankful. But my love requires more. I must discover what that is. Okay, so she turned gay. Got it!
Oh, great. More bad news.
I'm not going down there just yet. Alright, more books. Smash. Smash all the knowledge. That way I don't have to waste another fucking 30 minutes reading another passage again. Still, that was interesting. It did shed some light on this place. So there's a tyrannical king who tries to keep people in line through fear. And the only thing remotely close to good people, kill babies. And each other. And don't give a shit. And say stuff like, yes, but what about... That really is just what it is. Okay, finally a fucking checkpoint. God damn. Wait, why is there a pallet here? Hold on. Why are there pallets here? Hold on. Okay. Sorry for... This has been the most boring stream ever, but I need to check this. When was the pallet invented? In 1925. We're not born until forklifts arrived. Okay, so, roll with me here. There are pallets here. This is distinctly a pallet. It has the exact same structure as a pallet. Are there forklifts in this world? I need to know. I've learned this game called... oh! It's like... I actually played that, like a week or two ago. Yeah, if you want to watch that, go ahead. Yeah, I played Babdy. I got all but the speedrun achievement, because I'm not a speedrunner. Not cool, dude. Okay, can you guys fuck off? I played it, that's amazing. Yeah, and I still kind of want to, like, do some kind of, like, a stream interview with the devs, because that is a very interesting world that they created. Bruh. Bruh. Oh, hello there. Wait, have I been here? Oh, it's this guy. No, it's impressive that he's doing this on a giant pile of bones with bare feet. That must be painful. How do I... That's how you get the thing, right? New quest item. Okay, but hold on. I know you get some by clapping for this guy, right? Right? Did I just miss my chance to get that? Oh, fuck me. Oh, let me guess. Well, thank you, Jester. Whoops, didn't mean to do that, but whatever. So why do we need to go to a loading screen? Wouldn't this just, like, teleport me? Oh. No, this is somewhere really different. So is that not... I guess that's not a chest. So hold on a second, where am I? Postulant Parlor. Where the...
Real pretty. Yeah, I don't trust this place.
So wait, it says... It says I've explored this place, right? But yeah, Babdi was definitely a very interesting game. Like, you could tell that whoever made it was definitely influenced by, like old Soviet Union, just, like, especially post-Soviet, like, commie block shit.
Okay.
So that leads me here. But how do I get back up? I guess this is how. Actually, yeah, that means there's more stuff back here I haven't explored yet. Because now I got that quill. Shit. Damn it, how'd that miss? Bro, how'd that miss?
Come on. Come on.
That was a lucky shot. Where does this bring me? Ironboro. Whoa. I was not expecting that night sky. This place is getting more and more interesting. So I guess you have to create your own... I see. Very interesting.
Great, more bad news. This ain't looking good.
So, what other doors did we miss? Because obviously we missed some. I love how this still is just like here, doing nothing.
Glad that's over.
So let's see, I'm not seeing any other doors here. Wasn't there one up here? I'm pretty sure there was. Ah! Fuck you, buddy! Shit, how am I supposed to get that? Also... I knew it. So there's a door over here, but wasn't there another one around here somewhere? I could swear there was. Strange. And there's nothing down here either? This would be a good place to put a door, I guess. Apparently there isn't one. I think you're supposed to engage these guys in melee combat, because I found them very armored, but... Oh no, there's a book I haven't read. Okay, this one doesn't seem too long. Okay, never mind, it's kind of long. Okay. The position of Vanas the Butcher, unabridged. This is the disposition of Vanas the Butcher as taken by Advocate Savan. This version has not been submitted to the court due to the fact that it is inadmissible. It is recorded here for posterity only. Please state your name and occupation for the record. I am Vanas the Butcher of Meats. Oh, I had to specify of meats. Mr. Vanas, you have been accused of murdering Thalos the Binder. Is that true? That I have been accused, or that I have murdered him. The former. Wait. Then yes. And the latter then? Also yes. Wow. Well, he's honest about it. In that case... What? Wait, did you just admit your guilt? I did not. Wait, what? But you admitted that you murdered Thalos, did you not? I did murder him, but I am not guilty. I'm afraid I don't understand. That's not the question. That's not a question. Alright, let's start from the beginning. In your own words, tell me what happened between you and Thalos on the night you were found with his body. Like I told them before, I was waiting for my friend at the library when Thalos gets up in my face about some nonsense. We had words, I pulled my cleaver. And he backed off, but he didn't back off. Wait, what? I pulled my cleaver and he backed off, but he didn't back off. If you know what I mean. For the sake of this, the position, assume that I did not know what you mean. What I mean is he took a fright and backed away, hands up and all, but he wouldn't stop trying to control me. What was he doing? How did he, do that, Mr. Vanas? What did he do, want you to do? To silence me. You mean he wanted you to be quiet? Exactly. Well, it is a library. In the library, you're trying to mean something by that? So, you brandish your weapon, he backed away, and then you killed him. Is that accurate? Because he wouldn't stop telling me what to do, yeah. Yet you believed you are not guilty, that you are justified in his murder. Why is that? The Fae are free. Oh, aren't they? Advocate, what's freedom for if I can't take up arms when someone's up in my face? And what about Thalos' freedom? What about it? While you're alive and he is dead, you took his freedom away. Oh, isn't that a statist way of looking at it? A statist? Listen, he could have drawn his weapon the same as me. He could have defended himself. Anyone in that room could have defended him, but no one did. Their freedom, their choice. See, this is why libertarianism doesn't fucking work. And I guess anarchy for that matter. So for the record, you believe that you were right to draw a weapon and take someone's life, knowing that murder is against the law, and yet you believe you are not guilty of breaking that law. Is that correct? Let me ask you something, Advocate. This is the position, Mr. Vans. I must ask the questions. Off the record, then. Fine. This portion of the position will not be submitted to the court. Who made the law you say I broke? The one true king and the council. And what gives them the right? Oh boy. the law gives them that right. So the law gives lawmakers the right to make laws. You see how that turns on its own head? He's got a point. But without law, we cannot function as a society. We have only chaos and anarchy. Yeah, like the Cyrillians. And what good is a functioning society if people aren't free? That's true. That is very true. We are free, Mr. Vans. That's the whole point. Those who follow the law. Those who follow the law, you see. And what if I don't agree with it? Where's my freedom then? No. The Fae can't take up arms when they want. Then only the King and Council are free. Very true. The Second Amendment! The Fae can do as they will, Mr. Vans, but without consequences. Yeah, now he's got a point. Freedom comes with responsibility. Damn the King's consequences. The bastard's nothing more than a tyrant. We're off the record, Mr. Vans, so I'll ask you plainly. We both know you belong in a terrorist. Ha! A group devoted to overthrowing the one true king. It's clear you don't agree with his policies or rule, but for my sake, do you truly believe there should be no consequences for murder? Do you believe the Fae should be allowed to kill without consequence? Oh, there's a consequence. The weak die. See, this is why libertarianism doesn't work. Oh, he didn't compete enough. He wasn't much of a capitalist. And the strong survive. Listen to the only true freedom is absolute. See, now you're starting to sound like a fucking tyrant, dude. Anything less makes us slaves. Then, if I choose to serve the one true king, you make yourself a slave. Well, I have to admit, Mr. Vans, you are persuasive. I believe all Fae are basically the same, that all valued life equally, even if we sometimes disagree on what value meant. But I am convinced. Good. Won't be long before everyone sees that the king believes we are monsters. I had thought him entirely misguided, but you have convinced me otherwise. Exactly. And if we do not allow ourselves to be ruled by law, then we submit to rule by monsters like you. I'm afraid I can no longer defend you, Mr. Vanas. You're on your own. End of disposition. Addendum. While awaiting his trial, Vanas' body was found in his cell, hanging from the ceiling with a note that reads, "Freedom or death." He cheated the hangman. The disposition was, therefore, never submitted to the court. Off the record. Surely you don't believe there would be consequences. Surely you don't believe there should be consequences. You're just doing your job because you're afraid of what the one true king would do to you. I believe life is sacred and that everyone sees that. Sure, life is sacred, especially mine. I have to admit, you're changing my opinion. I had thought the Fae worthy of defending, but you're going to hang. Oh, is that the murder weapon? Is that his skull? So, all of this is very interesting. So, basically, the tyrant is the only... Fine, guess I'm not getting whatever I get from clapping. Oh wait, there's a door up here. I knew we were missing something. How do I get over there? It was this way, right? So, the one true king is basically the only one keeping these people from eating each other. At the same time, he's a massive jackass. At the same time, everyone else are a bunch of jackasses. Or at the very least, they don't understand how civil society is supposed to function under a democracy. And that there is such a thing as freedom, but yeah.
This isn't looking good.
This is probably incredibly boring to everyone, but for me, this is very interesting. This is like my bread and butter. This is my intellectual jam. New perk, Dominator. Nice. wait, there was a door here. Let me guess. Yep. So what's over this way then? It seems like the way this works is that this palace is like a hub world. I would imagine. Seems like for these guys, their only weakness is their hand. Also, I noticed they don't have wings. Why is that? Is all this? See, now this doesn't look carved anymore. This looks natural. Oh. Oh. Sorry, but I don't want to hear your prattling while I'm talking to this lovely lady.
How intriguing. It would seem this twisted world is not yet depleted of surprises. I greet you, then, and welcome you to the realm of the Fae, or what so remains. I am Numue, artisan, seer, goddess of the Fae, and counselor to the one true king. Or so I was. Still, it is my gift to see what cannot be seen, and to forge what cannot be forged. So then, strange one, what brings you thus before me?
I don't like your voice. Blue Goddess. I got an achievement. I'm searching for the world's, for powerful creatures. They have something I need. Creatures like you.
The kingdom is in disarray, strange one. The one true king has been deposed, but the manner of his deposition
what?
has wrought unforeseen consequences. For everyone. Now, an impostor sits upon the throne. A deceiver and a fraud. They must be slain if I am to fix what is broken, and perhaps, if you are to find what you seek. I cannot ask this of you, but were you to accept this burden, to slay the deceiver, you would find them in the floors above, beyond an opulent door carved of their own vanity.
Oh, I know what you're
Perhaps
talking about.
they are a powerful creature of the kind you seek. And if I can provide you with wisdom or aid, you need only ask. Namue's artisanship is yours to peruse.
Why can't I grab these? Prevents curse blight.
Farewell for now, then.
Well, I'm not
The
done talking to you.
Strange One returns. As do so many, Strange One. Ask, and I will answer.
What was your world like before?
Oh, a place of great beauty. Palaces of gold, fields of green and blue and fuchsia. Cheerful glades.
Those are my favorite
lit with the
colors.
songs of our people. You have not seen the like, Strange One, for it does not exist. One can see hints of it here and there, intertwined with the dreary sphere that has since festered around us. I will find a way to restore it. Indeed, the seed of a plan has already been set in motion. Yet, so much remains mere hope and conjecture. Perhaps one day.
What's your plan?
To voice it would raise my hopes too far, or worse, belie how pathetic the plan truly is. No, better to reveal nothing for the nonce.
Hey, I'm not a nonce. Fuck you. What happened to the one true
The
king?
one true king rules this kingdom with an iron fist, mollifying his subjects with promises of freedom and prosperity. And to be sure, there was prosperity. For some. Those who did not offer praise and fealty, who did not share in the royal values, who were deemed unworthy in myriad ways, their prosperity was taken and given to the favored. It was freedom for some at a cost to many. And eventually, there were some who sought to plot against him. And so, the tyrant was deposed. But at a cost.
What's your opinion of him?
Not even I could have foreseen the consequences of our actions. The one
Our
true
actions.
king truly was more intertwined with our realm than any knew.
So wait, you were a part of it?
The one true king was not easily removed. Many tried, but he could not be harmed by mortal weapons forged and wielded by his own subjects.
You made a weapon.
Indeed, so many had failed that it was deemed foolishness to oppose him at all. That perhaps our very world relied upon his rule. This turned out to be true. The imposter, however, fears only weakness. They turned the ear of the king's confidants, convincing them that freeing the people was worth any risk. Swayed by their words, a plot was made to remove the king from power. Only at the last second did I realize their mistake. And our people suffered the more for it. Much must be accomplished to remedy what was despoiled. But first, and most critically, the imposter king must die.
There's a piece you're not telling
It
me.
is amusing that you think I owe you anything at all, Strange One. I have told you all that I wish to, just as you have told me all that you wish to reveal about yourself. The deceiver is eternally self-absorbed. They have seated themselves in palaces of conceit on gilded thrones of falsehoods. You cannot fail to find them, for they have ensured that all roads lead to themselves. Certainly, Strange One. It is, as you say. Namue. The imposter yet lives, Strange One. They must be destroyed.
I'll be real honest, I thought this was gonna be a boss. Well, I thought a lot of things. Okay, I guess I fell into oblivion. Interesting. Okay, so first and foremost, I'm going back to the ward. Jeez, I've been doing this for 2 hours and I barely made any progress. I do have to wake up early tomorrow. We'll try to go for like another hour or two. Alright, Brabus.
How's the ward treating you? Now we're talking.
That was probably a mistake, but fine.
Good choice. Don't do anything I would do.
Oh, whoops. Wrong button again. I've been playing a lot of... what's it called? I can't even think right now. Playing too much Marauders, so I got the buttons confused. I used tab as the inventory button there. Also, by the way, as for you...
How can dwell eight? Ah, yeah.
Deadly... Dervish... Trying to find Bandit. Do you sell Bandit? No. Wait, you can upgrade mods? Interesting.
Until we meet once more.
Sad that I can't get what I need from them, though. Because what I was really hoping for was, Bandit. It'll do.
Oh, traveler.
Yay, and of course. Alright, well, we'll make do with what we have. Although I don't think this weapon is suitable for what I need it to do. So let's go in this direction. I want to see the city streets. See what freedom has wrought for the Fae. Also... Wait, there are no northern lights anymore. Oh wait, or is it like the blood moon where it's like a thing that only happens on occasion? It probably is. Alright, well, let's do this. I have the freedom to break all your shit, bitch. Hold on a second. Why is there a stone right next... How the fuck are there two stones here? Dude, there's people up here? I have a bad feeling about this place. Aw, this one's blind. They're all blind. Oh my, you look incredibly creepy. Do you talk? See, I get the feeling that all these kids are gonna, like, attack me. Like, I just got that feeling. It's like, she's gonna be like a boss. All these kids are gonna jump up and, like, swarm around me. Like, more kids are gonna fall down from the rafters. Like, so you're already there. Give a shit. Okay, hello? Can I please talk to you? Oh! She doesn't speak. Okay. I love how on the map it shows all these NPCs we can interact with, but we can't. Alright. Cool, I guess. Interesting. Also, now that I think about it, let's put this here. It's probably going to be more useful to me anyways. So these aren't people, these are fairies, all of them. No humans or anything, they're just fairies. Unless those weren't fairies. They did have the pointy ears. Are they like elves? Are only the nobles the ones with wings? So many questions. Silence here is very eerie. Like, no one gonna come out and attack me? At least I got more relic dust. So nothing worth noting over here. The whole place is falling apart. Like, these buildings are barely holding together. Look at all the shanty patchwork shit. Oh god, and we got the fucking Victorian London smokestacks. This is Bloodborne as fuck. Whoa, his head ripped off. What is that thing? Is that a Nara?
Come on.
Or what is that?
Help me with this outsider! Can't just come in here and walk.
Oh, they do have guns. I'm not the only one.
Keep them away!
Come on.
This place is intriguing me more and more. So, anarchy in the streets, huh?
Here they come.
This one looks dangerous.
I love how she, like, has the wind knocked out of her, but she can still say that. You know what? Actually, wait, this isn't the one I want. This is the one I want, even though it's also kind of shit. And it needs to be upgraded desperately.
Come and get some.
Oh shit. Yeah, let's let this situation solve itself, honestly. To be fair, I did shoot first. Holy fuck, how slow were those bullets?
We don't want you here.
Alright, so hold on. First and foremost, I forgot to equip something. There we go. I'm guessing this is where the big rat things spawn from. I guess maybe it is a dropper, because they live in like those wet, damp places. And we know that droppers are supposed to be covered in fur.
We'll spill your blood outside.
What's up, kid? Oh, you talk. I think he wants me to follow him.
Kill the outsider. Stand together.
Where is this kid going? Oh! He's going back to the orphanage. Maybe I should deal with these fuckers first.
Good day to die. Hey, trespasser.
So are you gonna talk now, or is this like an Easter egg hunt? I guess it is.
together, friends.
He says alone. Yep, it's a fish quest, alright. Multiple kids. You go back home. Do I see loot up there? These even draw scrap, or are they just here? Maybe they don't. Hmm. More stuff I missed. Nice. What happened here? This whole place looks like it's been through a riot, kind of. I wonder how recently the true king was deposed. Is he, like, dead?
We will end them.
find it interesting that this is an elite enemy that kills the other enemies. It's a very interesting dynamic. Definitely breathes more life into this world, but like that these things just exist and that people have to deal with them. Although I will say the fact that he just focuses on where... Oh! He eats them! Oh yeah, that's definitely a dropper. I have no doubt about it now. Oh! 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 Conniving little rat.
Ah, damn. Is it over?
That's an interesting boss dynamic for sure. Not even a boss. Wait, but it's an elite enemy, which means that we're gonna fight something like that, except it's gonna be like a mini boss. Fine, I guess that one just isn't breakable for some reason. Ooh, knowledge. Really? Hmm.
This one looks dangerous. Trespassers, stop them! Cut them open, Frank!
Bro, that panty shot though. Hello. Red font. Ow. Where is this lady? Well, apparently my summons are doing something about it.
Stop the monsters!
Bro, you're calling me a monster? You look like fucking Nosferatu. Actually, Nosferatu isn't the name of that vampire.
Outsiders aren't welcome here! Fight them together, friends!
He says alone.
Outsiders! Kill them!
So I haven't found a third orphan child yet, which makes me suspicious, because there's no way they'd only give you 2. There's gotta be more. You gotta have at least 3. Fuck! Why does this game crash? Yeah, send and restart Unity. Oh wait, no, it's the Unreal Engine. Guess it was only 2 then. Whoops. So let's try that again. Wait. Oh my god. Are you fucking kidding me, game? Well, I guess we gotta go find those fucking brats again. I'm totally not angry. Actually, wait, can I upgrade this rifle first? Because I really want to.
Anything you need? You know where to find me.
So, without the game crashing on me, please. And apparently, oh my god, fine. So all my hard work undone, got it. Game didn't even save for me. Well, clearly it saved something. But apparently not the map. So let's start by going this way. Wait, didn't I already... Oh, fine.
Outsiders approaching! Attack them!
Glad that's over.
Kid. Go back. Okay. Bro, how'd I miss that? How'd I miss that? Oh my god. Kid, I need to talk to you. Wait, didn't even save the mod I put on here. What the fuck?
I got you in my sight.
Okay, so, firstly, put this on. Secondly, where's that fucking kid? I don't remember that being there.
Outside of war, kill 'em! Keep them away!
And this time I'm actually gonna save. Why are there so many of them? Okay, you weren't there before. No! Yeah, at least save the kids. If you dare crash me again.
Listen, blessing, stranger, for returning this child to me. I thank you. I don't got much to give, but here, take this. See how far you traveled to get here. I am the Oracle of the Drown, and in this space, there's very little I don't see. For example, you've come here searching for power. Not for yourself, of course. You've been tasked with it. You wish to fix something that's broken.
Interesting. So all these children are like part of her hive mind? That's one way of put it, sure. How do you know that?
I told you. I've seen into everything in this space. Soon as you joined us, I knew what you were looking for. We're quite the same, you and I. I also wish to fix what needs stitching. Our world here It got broken, you see. But we'll stitch it right. One patch at a time. Just like this quilt.
So I just received a very important piece of information, that being, there's something wrong with the plumbing in the house, and if I flush the toilet more than once, it's all gonna end up here, like, in the basement where I am. What happened that broke your world?
This world lost its way on its own. Lost sight of what mattered. Change was inevitable. That change came more swiftly than anyone imagined. And now that it's here, we best finish it. Or it'll finish us. Every thread, every patch makes the change more complete. Until it's
Her
whole,
lips are so
and we
shut.
find ourselves again. Even you, now that you're here, have your own patch to sew. You must find the one who did this. The one that brought the change and smashed our worlds together.
How do I find him?
I wish I could tell you, dear. But I only see the spaces where this being ought to be. I ain't yet seen where they are. Or even if they are, I reckon that there's someone who walks between worlds, such as yourself. Will have less trouble finding such a being.
Interesting.
Stay the course. I feel right certain you'll find what you're looking for.
So the Deceiver... The Deceiver isn't in this world, is what you're saying? Can I see some questions?
Of course. Ask me anything you want, my dear.
The one who merged your worlds has power that I seek?
Can't think of nothing more powerful than someone who can stitch two worlds together against their will, eh? Stay the course, and you'll find what you seek. And help the stitching of this world as well.
Can you tell me more about what happened to your world?
It was an unexpected patch, I'll admit. Stitched in all of a sudden like. But now that it's here, I do believe it's the patch we needed. Oh, don't hear me sideways, dear. I know it ain't all fancies and fortunes. Some of these creatures are feeding on the poor Dran. And the Dran, well, most of them can't see or refuse to see what's happening. It must be terrifying for all, but it's growing pains. Mark my words, once the stitching's done, we'll be right as rain.
You seem optimistic. Why do you speak through these children?
Ah, that. I've been given eyes to watch over my people, and a heart to protect them, but no voice of my own in exchange. To speak to my people, I must speak through them. That is the way of it, my children. Now, they are those what got nowhere else to go. They choose me, and I'm mother to them more than any other Dran. I am sorry if it's disturbing, but do understand, these children are willing speakers on my behalf.
So you're not mind controlling them or anything?
Goodness no. For all my gifts, that ain't something I could do even if I wanted. But they ain't got no compunctions about speaking for me. Makes them feel important, it does.
Say some of the Dran can't speak. What's happening?
Indeed. Truth is, some folk only ever see what they want to see. For if they open their eyes to the facts, it'd mean ripping out every stitch left holding them together. So, I understand those what can't see, but their blindness makes things so much worse for the rest. Those what can see have it terrible. They can't ever go back to the way things were. But there ain't no one to give them the help they need. Have mercy on them, dear. Until the stitching's done, they more than most bear the terrible, unwanted burden of the truth.
And what is that truth? I don't get it. still... So what's with the quilt?
Didn't I already tell you, my dear?
You just said you'd stitch the world together like this quilt?
Aye, that's it there. Sure as sugar, life's the quilt, and the quilt is life. And we're all part of the patchwork. None can see the whole till the whole is done. All we can do is stitch it in, one patch at a time. There's patches what ain't been stitched in yet. But that don't make them less a part of the whole. It just means the quilt ain't finished. Like these children here, stitched to their parents. Though their parents ain't around no more. And they were
Figures.
stitched to me too before we met. For all Dran are a part of each other.
So Dran are like the quilt.
Quilt and Dran are the same, my dear. And not just the Dran. We're all this quilt. It's just that all the patches ain't been sewn in yet. And maybe never will be. At least, not in a single run-through.
Run through?
Life's just a rehearsal for something else, isn't it? It might feel like we only get the one run at it. But there's so much more. And some of us get more than that, don't we? You live and die and live again. But it's all part of the same quilt. Every patch of your life's telling a single story. And
That
when
is
your
true.
patches end, another's will be sewn in. And so the quilt continues, on and on, until it's complete.
Do you know when it's complete?
Oh, we'll know when we know. Until then, we just keep stitching in our stories, one patch at a time. Welcome back!
Very interesting. I'm debating ending it here. It's getting pretty late. Plus, that was a very interesting note to land on. So, this is the quilt she's sewing then, huh? Looks like it. I wonder if you stitched her lips shut. I'm surprised that's not a question we can ask. So, my understanding of events is this world essentially had some kind of French Revolution scenario where they got rid of a tyrant, and in return what they got was even worse, although not necessarily another tyrant. It seems like the people here are free, quote-unquote, but misguided. Also that shadow. Of course, she seems to be very convinced that whatever's happening in this world is going to turn out for the best. And honestly, I kind of agree with her optimism to an extent. Like I said, I know a thing or two about politics and, like, political science. There's a chance that this could just turn into North Korea forever. Besides, if that legend of the two brothers really is true, then is there really any hope for the Fae? Oh, I guess you can get stuff from there. Alright, well, anyways. I think that's where I'm going to end it for tonight. Tomorrow I'm going to be doing something very interesting and unique. And then... I don't think I'm doing anything on Thursday, but Friday I'm gonna do Marauders. Because that is a fun game, and I highly recommend it. Anyways, good night, everyone. Bye.